Michael, good morning. We're up on top of that bluff. This is as close as we can get and stay safe, and here's why. Look at the edge. The pavement just crumbled away. Another 20 feet used to go out there, all of it falling over the edge over just the last...
Scientists are now raising urgent alarms. California's famous coastline, the edge of the American continent where land meets the Pacific, has entered a period more dangerous and unpredictable than anything seen in living memory. In just a single minute, the calm rhythm of ocean waves has turned into chaos. Across hundreds of miles, a new emergency is unfolding, one moving faster and hitting harder than experts expected. What once felt like a normal winter along the Pacific coast has vanished. Now extreme wave energy is slamming into the shoreline, smashing seawalls, flooding roads, and sending massive chunks of coastal cliffs crashing into the foaming ocean. Reports from emergency agencies, coastal engineers, and scientists on the ground are no longer theoretical. They paint a grim picture. Beaches disappearing between tides, bluffs collapsing in the middle of the night, homes that once stood safely behind once in a century, defenses now cracked, hanging over the edge or already lost. A parade of massive waves, driven by rare atmospheric conditions, combined with seismic activity and amplified ocean energy, has erased the clear boundary between land and sea in some neighborhoods. On the ground, emotions are intense and raw. Residents watch helplessly as waves push into streets. Saltwater floods power systems. The sound of collapsing land overwhelms emergency sirens meant to warn of disasters just like this. Emergency alerts keep coming. Evacuations accelerate. And as the coastline bends and breaks under this assault, a disturbing realization spreads. This is not a random event. It is part of a growing pattern, a cycle of destruction unfolding in real time. Danger and uncertainty now dominate every hour. The ocean is not pulling back. The warnings are not stopping. The already thin margin for safety has disappeared. Scientists are no longer cautious in their language. Again and again, they call for immediate action. Not tomorrow, not next week, but now. Yet, the threat does not stop at what we can see. The battered cliffs and broken roads are only the beginning. As the surface gives way, slower and deeper dangers rise from below and from thousands of miles away, pointing to a transformation not just of the coast, but of the land Californians depend on for their future. The Pacific is not finished. The Earth itself is not finished. As destruction continues, a pressing question hangs in the salty air. What is driving this sudden collapse of California's coast? And is this the end of the familiar shoreline scientists have warned about for decades? Can what's been lost ever be rebuilt? Or is the coast entering an era beyond repair, with each new wave erasing what little certainty remains? The answer, drawn from sensor data, field research, and the relentless force of water and ground, is deeply unsettling. According to Krista Von Hillebrand Andrade, Deputy Director of NOAA's International Tsunami Information Center, we are witnessing multiple hazards converging at once. Giant waves, flooding, extreme weather, landslides, and the ever-present tsunami threat, stacked together in ways never seen before. This is what happens when rare events stop being rare. Today, California's coastline is under siege, caught between the violent unpredictability of the Pacific and the hidden stresses building beneath the land. What makes this moment different is not just how severe these hazards are, but how quickly they arrive one after another. Each event builds on the last. Every tide brings new risk. Each surge tears away not only sand and concrete, but the sense of safety coastal communities once relied on. Within just the past hour, conditions have shocked experts. Offshore buoys recorded wave heights normally seen only in hurricane or typhoon zones. Seawalls built to withstand once-in-a-century storms vanished before witnesses could even record their collapse. Roads long considered vital escape routes broke apart during a single high tide, weakened by erosion and water-soaked ground. Scientists are tracking these impacts in real time. In Pacifica, concrete piers now hang in midair, their foundations washed away. At Newport Beach, lifeguard towers, symbols of sunny summers, lie overturned by relentless waves. At Humboldt Bay, Emergency sand berms were breached and erased in less than 30 minutes, an outcome even the most pessimistic models failed to predict. Residents described the sound as unforgettable, a deep, constant roar louder than thunder, shaking windows and rattling homes. The pounding reshapes not just the surface, but what lies beneath. Again and again, the same question returns. Will the next wave destroy what remains? As beaches vanish and cliffs collapse, scientific language gives way to a new reality. Researchers and communities now speak of imminent risk, cascading failures, and compound disasters. Dr. William Barnhart of the USGS Earthquake Hazards Program warns that the danger is no longer distant. It is unfolding hour by hour. What role do deeper ocean forces and seismic activity play in this crisis? In the rush of evacuations, rescues, and non-stop alerts, even complex questions demand clear answers. Stay informed as this story develops. Subscribe now so you don't miss critical updates during this unprecedented event. Because safety depends on knowing what may come next, not just on the surface, but beyond the horizon. The danger extends beyond visible waves. Powerful forces are building below, driven by tectonic stress and distant earthquakes. Days before the coastline collapse began, sensors detected a massive 8.7 magnitude earthquake in Russia's Far East, raising concerns across Pacific warning centers. Then, on January 13th at 11:05 a.m., a 4.2 magnitude quake struck Northern California, small by comparison, but a reminder that land and sea here are tightly linked. As the ground shook, the Pacific continued storing energy, organizing it into wave after wave. Tsunami advisories appeared and disappeared rapidly, adding to confusion. While no full-scale tsunami struck California or Oregon, unpredictable surges, strong currents, and unusually powerful waves remained. So why is destruction so severe if no tsunami hit? Experts explain that when earthquakes, ocean currents, and wave amplification combine, even normal events can exceed worst-case expectations. Traditional warning systems struggle to keep up. Satellite images confirm the danger. Rivers back up, roads flood, and towns once considered low-risk face direct wave impacts for the first time in decades. The problem isn't just rising water, it's unstable land. Each surge and tremor adds stress that's difficult to reverse. Repairs become temporary solutions against tides that never fully retreat. Officials now repeat familiar instructions. Evacuate low-lying areas, avoid harbors, do not return just because water recedes. But with power failures, damaged roads, and failing communication networks, warnings themselves are becoming unreliable. Behind the scenes, a quieter crisis unfolds. Scientists have confirmed that parts of California's coastline are slowly sinking. Land subsidence, once considered minor, is accelerating damage. Even millimeters of ground loss each year, combined with high tides and storm surges, dramatically reduce protection. Flood maps, insurance zones, and evacuation plans quickly become outdated. From Santa Barbara to Humboldt Bay, erosion is no longer a future concern. It is happening now. Satellite time-lapse imagery shows coastlines retreating, piers collapsing, and neighborhoods shifting from safe to dangerous within years. Damage now spreads faster than recovery efforts can keep pace. By nightfall, the emotional toll is clear. Evacuation centers fill with disbelief and exhaustion. Coastal towns go dark as power fails. Some areas temporarily vanish from maps, reachable only by radio or boat. Scientists warn that this is not a temporary spike. This is the new baseline. Events once expected once in a century have already happened twice this winter. The goal is no longer restoring the past, but surviving the present and preparing for what's coming. The familiar coastline may not return. This is not a single disaster. It is the beginning of a new era. An era demanding rapid adaptation, constant awareness, and humility before nature's power. California's resilience now depends not only on infrastructure, but on collective action and informed decision-making. Stay alert, stay connected, subscribe for updates as this unprecedented coastal crisis continues to reshape the edge of the West.